Evening, dear friends. Thank you so much for being with us this eve. Let me say to you, and I can't say this any clearer, please, if you are watching this at some point and you have not subscribed, you missed 4 different, notifications of our live streams, but also additional videos as they come about regarding this particular instance of the Trump persecution. You must subscribe. It's that simple. To like this helps our demographics, helps our algorithm. It also sends the word out, because what I want to do is I want to teach people how to think differently. I want them to be a conspirator, part of the clerisy. And one of the things that is so interesting, if you think about it, is that it's a very difficult thing to do what I do, because people don't want to hear it. Invariably, if you do what I do, you're going to upset people. People cannot handle multiple issues. It was F. Scott Fitzgerald that the sign of a superior mind is to be able to handle seemingly inconsistent ideas simultaneously. That's number one. I want you to learn how to think, to be a superior thinker, be able to handle multiple ideas, simultaneously, just like that Bren who used to be on Ed Sullivan with the spinning plates. I want you to be able to handle different ideas. I also want you to understand that just because you think differently doesn't make you wrong. And you don't have to be consistent with everybody's thinking. Be heretical. If too many people are agreeing with you, something's wrong. Call things the way they are. Say things the way they are. Speak the truth. No matter what. And you don't have to take any kind of pledge of some article of faith that whatever Donald Trump does, you have to fawn and praise and bow and scrape and be the lickspittle and the bootlicker and the obsequious fawning. You can like what he does here, call him an idiot here, like, dislike. You can be multiple. This is the superior mind. And if you don't see what's going on, you're missing what is happening. Let me tell you something. First, Donald Trump is being mistreated. There's no doubt. He does not have to be indicted for any of this. Nothing. He could have been charged. He could have been sued civilly. He could have been censured. There could have been an injunction. It could have been a lot of stuff. They didn't have to do this. That's number one. Number two, he's an idiot. Did you see these pictures? Did you see the pictures in the indictments? Did you see the boxes? What is this? I don't know what these are. Who lives like this? How does this man what is this? What, first of all, who lives like this? What is this? Boxes of what? What is this? Don't you want them cataloged? Don't you want to have them digitally scanned? You're a billionaire. You have professional archivists come and do this. You have them someplace. You have them under lock and key. You're a billionaire. You're at Mar-a-Lago and it looks like you're a hoarder. What is this? Unless those pictures were just manufactured, and I don't believe that for a moment. This is weird. This is weird behavior. What are you doing? Is anybody thinking that? Tell me, is there anybody here who said, what is this? I want to like him. I want to agree with him. But this is nuts. Is it true that he was actually telling people and explaining? And these are pictures of, this are maps of perhaps a military strike to people who didn't have secret clearance? I don't know. This is what they said. And who was this? Who was his manservant or whoever this poor guy is? His guy Friday. Who is this poor guy? Some schmuck who's putting boxes in. Think they're going to get him to flip? I think so. I don't know why they charged him. So let me ask you right now. Stop with all the always making excuses. Isn't there a part of you that says, this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life? Isn't there a part of you that says, what is wrong with him? What are these boxes? What are these? We don't even, these are presidential papers. Can you imagine John Kennedy doing that? FDR, Reagan, in the bathroom, in the tub, in the ballroom, what? Anybody can come and just take these? Now, I know what you're going to do. Stop. Listen to me carefully and listen to me and take a pledge. When I say something, don't come back with, well, what about Biden? What about Hillary? Let me see if I can disabuse you of that. That doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything. Stop saying that. Why do people say that? What difference does it make? If you're pulled over by a cop and somebody says, you know what, those people were traveling faster than me. Why'd you stop me? Because I stopped you. The issue is, did you or did you not do it? Wait a minute, excuse me. We're not talking about Biden. Try doing a motion to dismiss. Did you hear Mark Levin? Did you hear this, Mark Levin? People are loving this. This man sounded like a lunatic. A lunatic. Now, let me explain something to you. I understand shtick, and I understand the work, and I understand this. I'm going to say this one more time. And this may not make sense to the conservative Trump acolyte world. But it doesn't matter that they haven't charged Hunter or Joe Biden or Hillary or Obama. That doesn't work. Bring Mark Levin to federal court and say, Mark, I think he's a lawyer. Mark, you're a lawyer. Tell the judge. Here, Judge, this is a motion to dismiss. Why? Tell him, Mark. Tell him. Yell this. Because they didn't charge Hillary Clinton. There you go. There's our motion to dismiss. How do you like that? Huh? How do you like that? You like that one? That's our motion to dismiss because you didn't charge Hillary Clinton. Now, do you think that somebody's going to say, hey, Jack Smith, this story you said about him showing all these people this stuff without their being granted a security clearance, did you make this up? Okay. I admit, it never happened. What? It never happened. You made this up? Yeah. That's not going to happen. Do you know how good this guy is? Do you have any idea how deadly he is? I love the fact that somebody was making fun of, there was a talk show host who was making fun of the way he dresses. He was at The Hague. He's a international, they thought that there's an expression, I'm sure you've heard it. If you're going to go for the king, kill the king. Meaning, if you get him, you go after him. And I know Trump is not the president anymore. I understand that. Now let me ask you a question right now. Because you're not going to want to hear this. And I know you're not going to, because you want to hear. I was listening before. Oh my God. Let me say something right now. MSNBC ratings are going to go up, CNN is going to go down, and Fox is going to go down. Why is that? People who have been not really sure about Trump are going to be overwhelmed by this one. Not the Alvin Bragg case, not the E. Jean Carroll case, this one. This one. And nobody's accused Trump of espionage, really, truly. Nobody. Trump wasn't giving, information to Xi Jinping or Putin or Macron or Netanyahu. No. And I was listening to this Mark Levin, people say, you got to hear this. This is great. You liked it because he was yelling. And Woodrow Wilson, the Espionage Act. Woodrow Wilson? Come on, man. Seriously. Now, what are you going to do? Here's a real question I have. They're going to convict him. You know it. I know it. You know it. I don't know what their defense is going to be. You notice how his lawyers, he got rid of them. Thank you very much. Have a good day. I don't know why they left. Please don't get Joe Tacopina. Please. At least let his fillers kind of subside so he's recognizable again. What's Trump's defense? Tell me. There is none. What is it? Maybe he might be able to go to one particular account and say, well, this maybe wasn't willful. Maybe he can track a particular statute. I don't know. Are you ready for him to go to prison? Now, that's going to be interesting. First, the sentencing guidelines come into play. Sentencing guidelines are a presumptive statutory basis for federal judges to gauge their sentence, the sentence that they have in their range to charge a defendant with. Meaning that it works something like this. Let's say a defendant is charged, 37 counts? I'm just going to plead guilty, but let's say he pleads to 5 and they drop 20. Whatever it is. You fill in the sheet, and then you say, okay, any other extenuation? Was there victim injury? No. Was a defendant on probation? No. No. Any prior record? No prior record. And you do it. You turn the sheet, and you add it up. It goes, okay, preliminary presumptive sentence 8 to 10 years. In 96 months to whatever it is. Okay. Then the judge can, if the judge wants to depart from the presumptive sentence, he has to have clear and convincing reasons. He puts them in writing, and one of the definitely the presumptive exceptions, and I absolutely can guarantee you he will not be going to prison because of just. He can't because there's no facility who can handle this, and there's no need, his age, but he's going to wear an ankle bracelet. How do you handle that one? How about Trump wearing an ankle bracelet? Think about that. Or some, they would have to have some means of extending or granting some type of mitigating factor, either because of his age, the fact that he's a former president, he's not exactly a flight risk, this is a non-violent offense. I don't even know if you need ankle brace, but they're going to want to go for everything because they want to crush him. They want to crush him. It's personal. If he says, look, I'm not going to run, it doesn't matter. We want to crush you. We love this. We hate you. This is it. It's not even just unconstitutional or whatever. It's a psychosexual fixation. It's a sadistic fixation. Now, what's going to happen next? First, as this starts up, I've noticed this, and I watched it more today than I ever have. I saw Fox News, not live, but on YouTube. Have you noticed what they're doing? First, they're recycling their hosts. They're doing cross-promotion. They're not having a lot of outside folks, which is number one. Number two, it's the most circular nonsense. Again, there's nobody who says what he didn't do this. Let me go back. Remember during the Alvin Bragg case in New York, people would say, no, that's not they would argue against the merits. They would say this is not a business records falsity case, number one. Number two, the statute of limitations ran. Number three, it's really a misdemeanor that you're bootstrapping. And they would talk about the facts of the case vis-a-vis the statute. They would say either he didn't comply, didn't comport. Nobody's talking about Trump not being innocent or acquitted or not guilty. They talk about other treatment. Kayleigh McEnany was using the fact that Christopher Wray or the DOJ did not follow a procedure in terms of announcing to the president or something, never dealing with the facts of the case. Nobody's dealing with the fact that what he did not violate these. False statements, statements made to people who were not about declassifying. Now you can argue, well, if they were declassified, could he then show somebody declassified? I don't know. And I don't even know why he would be doing that. Why would any president, especially since you've been president, even say something which could get out, which could hurt, which could fall into the wrong hands, which might affect allies and affect, I don't know. But nobody is arguing against the fact. What's his defense? What does he say? It's not me. You got the wrong guy. I wasn't there in Mar-a-Lago. It just looks horrible. It looks horrible. Now, I think we said this before, but I'm going to say it again. When people talk about pardons, I want to say, pardon? You're kidding me. First and foremost, he's not going to win. So the issue of his pardoning himself is absurd. Why are we even discussing that? Number two, Ron DeSantis, if he wins, he's not going to pardon Trump. He's not going to do that. Are you kidding me? Gerald Ford lost his reelection because he pardoned Nixon, and I agreed with it. Are you kidding? No way. If Gavin Newsom wins, which I think, because I think they're going to steamroll this one. He's not going to pardon him. So let's just forget this pardon business. That's Ron DeSantis isn't going to pardon him. No way. No. Now, Trump is going to act. He's going to be playing golf. He's going to be doing his thing. He's going to be doing all of his stuff. He's going to make fun of people. He's going to have. Notice how they say that Melania is behind him, but Ivanka nowhere to be found. Why? Because she wants to be Ivanka Trump. This phony. She has no interest in any of this stuff. She wants to be, if anything, Kim Kardashian. That's really what she wants to be. Michelle Obama wants to be Oprah. She wants to be Kim Kardashian. Jacob Goranson says, U.S. military counterintelligence fixer, former DOD Inspector General Charles McCullough, vetted UFO whistleblower David Grush's disclosure as credible, urgent, coincidentally as Biden family corruption exposed. Thank you, Jacob Goranson. I appreciate that. This is the old, they did it to somehow divert attention. I don't think that matters. I don't think somebody says, make sure you right at the time of this. No. First, Jacob, as you know, nobody cares about this. Let me ask you a question. What percentage right now do you think cares about the Trump indictment? Of people in this country, of adults, what percentage, I was going to say even know, but who care, let's just say who care, really care about the Trump indictment? That they're going to think about it, it's going to affect the way they vote, it's going to whatever. How many people do you think, what percentage? What? None. 10%? What is going to happen to Joe Biden ultimately? Nothing. They're going to say to Joe Biden never showed anybody those. Joe Biden may have had his documents here. We don't really know what they are. But Joe Biden didn't say. Joe Biden didn't let anybody know this. Joe Biden didn't show anybody this. Joe Biden didn't tell his lawyer, hey, make sure whether this is true, but this is what they're going to allege. Joe Biden never got his lawyer to involve in some kind of obstruction of justice or changing state. No, there's none of that. Hillary Clinton had a server. She destroyed it. That's true. She didn't show it. I mean, yeah, they're going to make distinctions. Nothing's going to happen with Joe Biden. You know this. I know this. As far as Hunter goes, maybe at best, they might get him on some kind of that weapons thing, that gun form. They might get him on, I don't know, some stupid thing. But other than that, no. What do you think is going to happen to? What do you think they're telling folks at Fox News? Because Fox News is the official. It's like Pravda TASS used to be. It's the official state, the conservative. It's like the CNN of the conservatives. But what do you think they're going to? You think they're going to say, okay, that's enough. Hey, Hannity, yeah, do me a favor. That's enough of this. Yeah, enough. Yeah, nobody's buying this story. You and Levin, you're yelling and screaming. You know what? This is boring. Let's move on. Let's talk about other stuff. Let's talk about why. Because we're going to look like the Trump channel. The country is turning on him big time. And quit perpetuating this notion that somehow the country's going to vote for him because they're going to say, oh, this is unfair. You see, the Alvin Bragg thing looked unfair. This doesn't look unfair. So you got to realize this doesn't look unfair to people. The people are looking at this and they're saying, damn. Just show the pictures of the boxes. Show the pictures in the ballroom, in the bathroom, and the whatever. Just show them this. Just show them. And it's not so much that they were stored. It's this idea that you were showing other people things, if this is true. You didn't clear these? You didn't care? Now listen, this is not something that grabs my attention. I don't think Trump meant to in any way compromise national security, hurt anybody. Of course not. Of course not. It's ridiculous. Of course not. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm saying? I am telling you right now, believe it or not, believe what I am saying or not, you can. It's completely up to you. You can think whatever you want, but everything has changed drastically. This changed everything. Everything. This changed everything. Do you hear what I'm saying? Do you hear what I'm saying? Everything changed because of this. And I am telling you right now, believe it or not, and you might not care to agree with this because you're kind of into this belief system that these people have. And I understand that. Because it's one of these things where you kind of love Trump but it's over. It is so over now. It is so done. It is so, people are just saying, you know what? Enough. And I can't, the Trump indictment in New York kind of looks sad. It looked unfair. And people like Marjorie Taylor Greene, people are saying, hey, that's really, or they kind of surrounded them. They're not saying that with us. And you've got to understand something. You have got to understand something, which is the most important thing of all. You have to know how the rest of the world looks to you and looks to your case and looks to your people and looks to your candidate. That's what you've got to understand. It's not about. I was listening to somebody the other day who is a brand new conspiracy theorist, and I knew all of these, and all of a sudden, this person realized, hey, I didn't realize this. Jekyll Island, the whole notion of Federal Reserve, CFR, blah, blah, blah. I mean, he just all of a sudden realized it, and now he's immersed in this and sounds like a nut because all of a sudden, have you ever noticed somebody who all of a sudden became born again? We used to call them born again in the old days. And you knew somebody who was a real kind of like a debauched person, you know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, they found Jesus, and they're all of a sudden they're lecturing. You say, "What is this?" Well, in both of those cases, both sides don't understand. You're coming across like a nut. Yeah, but you don't understand. I found, yes, I understand that. And the people I hang around, yes, your friends agree with you, your new friends, yes. But you can't do this. I'm going to say this again, and maybe you got to look into your soul. There was a video going around that everybody loved about somebody who said, hey, we know about the boreal fires and whatever, direct energy weapons, directed agenda, and people say, this is great. And I'm thinking to myself, he's not saying anything. You sound like a nut. Now, I'm not saying there's nothing to this, but you're getting in on the tail end of this. You don't understand how this thing looks. And I'm not saying you have to comport with how things look, but at least be aware of it. Donald Trump right now, to so many people, looks like, oh, this is too much. It makes him look weird, like a hoarder. And you know what? I want so much to be wrong. I want to be wrong. I want somebody to say, hey, that guy Jack Smith, he's an imposter. Those aren't even his pictures. Those aren't even, really? Oh, thank God. I don't want to think this. I don't want to think this. Because if I believe this story, I have to realize that Trump is an idiot. I mean, what did he do? This doesn't make any sense. Forget talking about Hillary Clinton and the bleach bit. Oh, dear God. If I hear bleach bit, I know you know your facts. Thank you very much. It's just like Jim Jordan loves to give you dates. You notice how the Republicans were like real quiet today? Did you notice that? They're thinking, oh, well, we heard 7. 37? Wow. How many counts? Oh, okay, well. Watch how the argument's going to be, well, it's not fair because Trump did worse. Okay, great. I have said my piece to you. I know this is tough, and I know this bothers you, and I recognize that this bothers you. I recognize that. You don't want to hear this. You can watch Fox and you can hear this or hear the others, CNN or not CNN, but MSNBC, Andrew Weissman. Oh my God. Believe it or not, in a very weird way, if you want to find out the facts of the case, go to the people bringing the charges. Hear what they have to say. Don't go to this Campano who talks like this. And let's go right now to Kelly McEnany. And what do you think? And let's think about this. Oh, this is, and I know Biden, and it's the same. It's so bad. I was watching this. Let's bring out Pete Hogsbreath. Pete, what do you think? I think this isn't. You said this last night. Bring in Levin again. Can we yell? What's going on? They even had him call in, somebody told me. Now that's an aside. But if the main conservative Republican mouthpiece, so to speak, if they're not able to And you know who's really thankful? You know who's thinking to himself, great. Tucker. He's thinking, this is great. Let me out of here. You can have that. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Anybody talking about denying? No. Watch it be like this with Trump. Okay. Watch what happens. Pay attention. Remember, the rat's off a sinking ship. These folks have no loyalty whatsoever. Even Carrie Lake. Well, she's got nothing. Anybody want to be? You think Trump's going to announce? You're going to. And you're going to see people, and he's going to come out, and they're going to see. I can write the speech for him. And you know what? It's sad. It's sad what they've done to him. It's sad what they did to his staff, to his family, to his legacy, to his elections. But this, you're going to find out, much of this was his doing. And I do not understand why. Nobody will ever be able to explain to me. I think, when they say presidents meet and they write a note and they sit down and they talk to each other, I think somebody would say probably, listen, here's something you want to know. When you leave, don't take anything with you. Remember, I think it was like Obama. Don't write any emails. If you have a phone, don't take anything. Don't write anything. Don't leave anything. Remember, you're being recorded. I know they're not going to tell you that, but you're being recorded. Do not take anything with you. Nothing. You might say, you know what? I might take some box. No. Don't take any boxes with you. Yeah, but these are mine. No. Yeah, but I'll declassify. No. What are you gonna do? Read these late at night? What's the matter with you? What, are you kidding me? You're kidding me. Don't get near these things. This is kryptonite. Don't do this. Don't get near it. Do you understand? Do you understand? I'm serious. And I know people don't want to hear this. Now, you continue to follow me. I'm going to keep reading through this. I'm going to look for defenses. I want to see him get off. I want to see him be acquitted of this. That's what I want. I want him to be acquitted. I want to stick it to him. I want to stick it to those people, including that Joe Biden and all those people. I'm also, as I said, humiliated, embarrassed for my government. Not my country, but my government. It is I can't, this is the worst. Elliot Richardson quit because of Watergate. Merrick Garland, who was just, he's not even a rubber stamp. He's a spineless, testicular, invertebrate. This wimp. I can't believe it. And you see, by the way, the latest picture from the RNC research, pictures of Biden. Oh, dear God. Dear God. Did you see him? Worse than anything you've seen. All right, my friends. That's it. Don't lose faith in our country. Don't lose faith. Don't. Not yet. This has just started. This is probably the worst. I'm assuming that they're not going to bring any other charges against him regarding January 6th. I hope this is it. And I hope all of the other matters become consolidated. All right, dear friends, have a great and glorious night. Don't forget, follow Mrs. L at YouTube, Lynn's Warriors on YouTube. Also on Twitter, at Lynn's Warriors. And I'm at Lionel Media. And if you have not signed up here, if you have not subscribed to our channel, I don't know what you're waiting for. Have a great night, folks. See you tomorrow, 8 a.m. Eastern time, usual time. But don't forget what we always say, the monkey's dead, the show's over, sue you. Da-da.